Alright, I was playing a game with Stingers, and it turned out to be a pretty good one. So I thought I would cast it. Cast it for the people. Kislev versus... There we go. Kislev versus Slanesh. This is post-patch 1.1, so I was trying out some of the Secret Chariots. So we have two Secret Chariots. I have a Herald of Slanesh with new and improved, and by improved I mean nerfed, Pendulum. But, you know, it's not super busted anymore. I thought it could maybe be just viable. Two Cultists, a whole bunch of Marauders, some with Spears, some without, and we have four Hellstriders of Slanesh, two on the right, two on the left, and then two Chaos Furies on the far side. For Kislev, we do have one Light War Sled, a Patriarch, an Ice Witch of Ice with Ice Breath, Guardian's Call, and Frostblades. In the trees, we have Cossified Dervishes, and one more on the flank, another one over there, so it looks like four. No, Wing Lancers. Okay, so three Dervishes, one Wing Lancer. Got it. We do have double Ice Guard with swords. That is interesting. Armored Corsairs up front, and Archer Corsairs with spears in the back. Okay. Charge forward with my cavalry a little bit. Trying to catch out the light war sleds and really lock them down. Even enfeebling foe, lower their melee attack and defense. Just trying to surround them. I'm kind of okay losing this. I guess it's half health-ish on a 600 gold unit if I can catch out the light war sleds, which is my intent. I'm even going to summon some Furies because they kind of have mass. I was trying to summon them and lock in the light war sleds, but just not fast enough on it, unfortunately. Too dumb I am. My brain no work good. Cav is getting kind of distracted from the light war sleds all fighting the Patriarch and decide to back out. All the backing out is good. I have forgotten two Hellstriders of Slanesh because I am bad sauce, bad player. Meanwhile, the heavy flank Chaos Furies are finally coming in. They're going to lock down some of the archers now that my front line is getting within range. Just don't want the archers to be able to fire. And the chariots do plow through the armored Cossars, but they're taking more damage than they dealt. And now they're a little locked up in the front, unfortunately. Over here we have a bunch of Winged Lancers on top of these ones. These ones are still actually able to move. The ones over here are completely stuck. I can't do anything with them. They're going to die very, very quickly. And they're crumbling, and they are dead forever. In the back, the Furies are still fighting some of those guys, and the Marauders are getting into melee now. Hellstriders of Slanesh are finally remembered and brought up. All's not lost yet. Kislev is a little bit ahead of the balance of power, and I tend to agree, but, you know, maybe we'll be okay. Armored Cossars are fighting up front. The Ice Guard in the back are shooting, and where's the second Ice Guard? There they are. They're fine. They have to fight some Marauders now, but they're actually pretty good melee combatants, so they'll be okay. I haven't really seen a ton of Ice Guard used, and I liked them in this matchup. They're pretty good. Second Secret Chariot is now about to crumble away and die. Looks like this one's trying to turn around and path out, but it's just too little too late, so I leave him into melee combat. He's going to die. No matter what I do. Cheeky little rear charge from the Hellstriders. Also going to hit the light war sleds, really trying to take them down. These other Hellstriders are going to hit the Cossified Dervishes. Now, balance power is in my opponent's favor, but something going for me is, you know, the Kislev backbone is starting to break. Sure, I have used some of my summons, and that's great, but once those unbreakable passives wear off, I can start chasing things off the map and get a lot of the Slanesh army passive, which will really help me out. Quick little Ice Breath does some decent damage to the Marauders of Slanesh, but not too crazy much. Fortunately for me. What was that? Something just happened. Anyway, Herald of Slanesh of Shadows is going to summon her second Fury, meaning, you know, out of that I'm all out of summons. I think I used both of my Demonettes already. In the back, we do finally get some breaks going. Some of the Cossified Dervishes are running away. Those the Wing Lancers? Yeah, Wing Lancers are going to chase off my guys, though. Quick little Pendulum, trying to hit these Ice Guard. And I get a decent shot of it. They don't have great armor, so I don't need to overcast or anything. Could just cast it on them. Frontline has entirely fallen apart for Kislev. But that's the joy of Kislev, is their backline is also a secondary frontline. Ice Guard with swords holding out over here, okay. This one's about half health. Now it's stuck fighting my front legions. Ice Witch of Ice on her Warbearer is now fighting some Hellstriders and a full health Cultist. Though the Cultists of Slanesh can be a little underwhelming in melee combat. Balance power comes right back to the middle. And I'm feeling okay. Rampage the Ice Guard? Yeah, Rampage the Ice Guard just for a little bit of damage onto them. They were kind of healthy and slightly elite, so I was not super stoked about fighting them for the rest of the time. Armored Kossars are going to rout as soon as their Unbreakable wears off, but unfortunately I get charged by Kossar Dervishes, so I'll have to turn and fight them instead of capitalizing on my gains. Any summons still active? No. So that balance of power is creeping into Kislev's favor slightly, but there are no summons artificially inflating my position. Now, do have Ice Guard sitting in melee combat, other Ice Guard nearby, but they're not even close to breaking, unfortunately, and my Spearmen are, so they leave. We have one cultist running away. We have one other cultist standing around and fighting the Ice Witch. Herald of Slaanesh fighting around, but I do think the Slaaneshi charge will run out of steam here pretty quick. A little Pendulum trying to clear out some of these Ice Guard, but they really hang on to the end, which is, you know, pretty good for them. Now I think everything's routing except for my cultist and my Herald. So fast forward quick as my cultist is going to rout, and then without any support whatsoever, the Herald gets left alone. We do have some rallying stuff, but it's not enough as army loss kicks in. And Stinger is victorious. His Ice Guard got 1,000 and 1,300 values, so not bad at all. Chariot's 1,400. Kossars did great. Kossars or Spears, not so much. Dervishes did what they had to. The Ice Witch and Patriot did fine. For me, the Herald of Slaanesh did great. Both the cultists did fine. Secret Chariots didn't really do that much. My Demonettes also got murdered. The Cab did well. Furies did fine. They were for what I needed them to be. And then Marauders did okay, not great.